They never wanted you to know this. 5 hidden narcissist traits exposed. A narcissist will never display their most dangerous traits while they still believe they have full control over you. They keep those deeply hidden, reserved for the moment you no longer serve their agenda. When discard happens, their mask shatters, and what emerges feels almost inhuman. This is when the game turns into something far darker: calculated intimidation, psychological warfare, and raw fear. Suddenly, silence becomes a weapon so heavy that it thickens the air in the room. You notice things that feel sinister: objects breaking without explanation, personal belongings vanishing mysteriously, even the drink they hand you that you instinctively refuse because something inside you screams not to trust it. That instinct, the gut feeling you once ignored, is now your only shield, warning you that danger is standing right in front of you. These traits stay buried until the discard because, by then, the narcissist no longer needs to pretend to be human. That brings us to today's topic: 5 personality traits narcissists hide until they throw you away. Number 1. The dead stare that freezes you inside out. They enter the room and simply stare, not out of distraction or fatigue, but with a purpose so sharp it cuts through you. This isn't a thoughtful silence. It's predatory. They won't greet you. They won't pace around. They'll just fix their eyes on you and hold that stare like a weapon. It's not curious. It's not loving. It's hollow and cold, as if it pierces through your skin and sinks into your bones. Before your mind even processes what's happening, your body reacts, shoulders tighten, breath shortens, and your thoughts spiral, searching for answers. Why are they looking at me like this? What did I do? That's exactly what they want. You'll fear doing the work without them speaking a word. This phase signals a shift into something more sinister. Words once used for love bombing, gaslighting, or guilt-tripping no longer matter. Now, silence becomes their scalpel, cutting away your sense of safety. The moment you speak up, "What's wrong?" or "Why are you looking at me like that?" you've already surrendered to the game. And sometimes, it's not just psychological. That chilling stare feels otherworldly, almost demonic. It's as if you're not looking at a human being anymore, but it's something soulless wearing human skin. If you've ever experienced that smirk filled with hatred, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Number 2. The food or drink you suddenly can't touch. Once upon a time, meals were shared casually. They'd pour you a drink, offer you a plate. But when the discard comes, the energy shifts. Suddenly, that cup of tea, that glass of water, feels wrong in your hands. You don't know why, but something deep inside screams, "Don't touch it." This isn't paranoia. It's your survival instinct flaring up because narcissists often turn to more insidious tactics when direct control fails. And yes, sometimes this means tampering with your food. I've discussed this in detail in another episode, how they might drug or poison you, then gaslight you about your altered state, weaponizing your vulnerability against you. The signs are subtle: an odd insistence that you eat, a strangely forced gesture of care, a watchful eye as you hesitate. You'll find yourself making excuses: "I'm not hungry," or "I already ate." And you know what? That's your intuition saving your life. Trust it, because by this stage, the mask is gone, and they are capable of anything. It isn't always about actual poisoning or spiking your food. Sometimes the real weapon is psychological. The mere thought that they could tamper with what you eat or drink is enough to breed fear in your mind. That fear alone becomes a form of control, because now they have planted doubt into one of your most basic survival needs. Even if they never touch your meal, the possibility makes you question your safety in your own home, and that is exactly what they want. Unfortunately, there are countless stories where this threat becomes reality. Survivors often recall finding themselves dizzy, nauseous, disoriented, or suddenly sleepy after consuming something offered by the narcissist, only to later realize it was deliberate. It doesn't have to happen often. Just 1 or 2 incidents are enough to plant a permanent seed of uncertainty, making you feel trapped in an environment that should have been your safe space. This is why your intuition matters more than anything else. If you ever hesitate before taking a sip or a bite from something they handed you, don't dismiss that hesitation. Your conscious mind may not see the danger, but your subconscious picks up on microsignals that scream a warning. Those gut instincts are your internal alarm system, and in these moments, they can literally save your life. The next behavior is something I call silent violence through objects. One of the most chilling experiences you can have with a narcissist, especially during or after the discard phase, is watching them break something in front of you and then walk away without a single word. It might be a glass shattering against the floor, a plate smashed with deliberate force, or a remote control hurled into a wall. They don't yell. They don't explain. They don't even acknowledge what just happened. They simply leave you standing there, heart pounding, ears still ringing from the impact. Why do they do this? Because it's a message disguised as an accident. It's intimidation without direct confrontation. They want you to feel the danger without giving you anything concrete to call out. And it works because when you hear that crash, your logical brain shuts down while your nervous system lights up with fear. You feel unsafe, even if they never laid a hand on you. Later, if you confront them, they'll deny it, claiming it was an accident or accusing you of overreacting. But deep down, you know the truth. It was a warning. A promise that they can destroy anything, objects, peace, even your sense of security, whenever they want. Then there's another cruel tactic, theft with intent to disrupt. After discard, or even right before, they might take the things you rely on most. Your keys, your ID, your laptop, your wallet, not because they need them, but because they want to see you unravel. They want you to scramble, panic, lose time and money trying to replace what's gone. It's their way of teaching you a twisted lesson. Without me, your life falls apart. Sometimes they'll return these items once they've watched you suffer long enough, just to remind you who has the power. Other times, they'll destroy them entirely so you can never get them back. Either way, the underlying message is crystal clear. They can still reach into your life and cause chaos, even when they are not around. And finally, there's the feeling, the most terrifying of them all. This isn't about what they do. It's about what you sense. After discard, or as the mask completely slips, you might notice something in their eyes, a look that chills you to the bone. Or you might hear something in their tone that doesn't match their words, something that makes your heart race for no apparent reason. You may feel unsafe without understanding why, and that's because your body knows the truth before your mind can process it. This isn't just discomfort. It's a life-threatening energy, a primal awareness that the person standing in front of you is capable of harm. That sense of danger is real. Never ignore it. Your gut will always warn you before your mind catches up. And in situations like this, listening to it can mean the difference between surviving or becoming another victim of their darkness. And now that they no longer need to conceal their true nature, the danger stands exposed, raw and undeniable. You can sense it in their movements, in the sharpness of their gaze, in the complete disregard for your well-being that bleeds through their actions. This is no longer about fearing emotional pain. It's something far more primal. It's that instinctive alarm in your body whispering that they have the power, and perhaps even the desire, to harm you physically, devastate you financially, or strike in ways so unexpected that your mind cannot even prepare for them. What makes this reality even more chilling is the pleasure they seem to take in watching that fear flicker in your eyes. They want you to feel it. They thrive on the knowledge that you sense their capacity for destruction. When that gut-wrenching feeling grips you, do not dismiss it. That is your survival instinct speaking, the ancient part of your brain screaming for self-preservation. Ignoring it is not just a mistake. It's a risk that could lead to consequences far beyond heartbreak. It could put you in danger you never imagined. So tell me, which of these behaviors have you personally witnessed from a narcissist determined to harm and control you? Share your experience in the comments below. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, as always, have a nice day.